from the Team Evil Geniuses, it is the blue-ZerG player, Stephano.
And in the bottom left, we have, well, I mean, he's got a lot of names. He's the Goberman, the Goberman.
The Goberman.
He's also the Doberman, but it depends on how you want to say it. He's also the 14-time Fight Club champion here at IPL, is TSL HyuN. Now, TSL HyuN is, he's a GSL semifinalist. He'll be playing later this weekend.
Yes, he will.
Against Bogus, or Innovation. I still like Bogus better than Innovation, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I'm more of an Innovation fan. I mean, a lot of people like hate the name changing.
I just think Bogus is funny.
I don't know. I guess it does make it confusing, and that's that's certainly a detriment to it. But at the same time, you have the right to a name change, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like legally, you can do it too in America.
That's true. I could change my legal name to
It's
Frodan.
definitely confusing. Yeah, you could. It'd be very. People would be like, well, that wouldn't be so confusing, in fact, if you changed it to Frodan.
And just still call me Dan.
But I mean, these guys are like, hey, I'm gonna go from Bogus to Innovation. I mean, they have a lot to do with each other.
I wonder what my mom would think if I showed her my passport and it says Frodaniel instead.
Frodaniel?
Yeah, like what?
Well, that would be ridiculously awesome.
We do see hatchery first into gas, into pool, so that's going to give HyuN ability to have speed a lot earlier than his opponent. As a result, Stephano will have more minerals, obviously, but we'll see how he's going to fare against it. In Toon Valley, a map where early aggression is very prevalent just because of how wide the ramp is. Again, think really wide ramps in general in ZvZ in the past. Very difficult to hold off early aggression.
All right, now HyuN is continuing to mine gas right now, and that's pretty interesting. We'll have to see. It's probably going to be a baneling nest, and this is going to lend the possibility of some pressure. Now, looking on Stephano's side of the map right now, he has no gases. He's going to need lots of queens. A spine crawler is certainly going to be helpful here as well if he's facing up against some baneling aggression. But I want to say, Dan, what I'm surprised about here from HyuN is that he did not make any Zerglings. It's very common, you make 2 Zerglings, run in, see what your opponent has going on. He would be able to see that Stephano's gasless right now, but he has no idea.
Yeah, but he knows his opponent's going hatch first, so at worst he would have to play defensively with the banelings. I mean, I think it's a safer route, but when you get speed, you might also control more of the map, and you can put on some feigned aggression while being able to do anything else you want back at home. Now, we do see that Stephano's going for a quad queen. That's going to make him very safe defensively. He can put 2 on the ramp, and then have some being able to put injects in. But he has to keep track of how much gas HyuN is mining. He's still going at it. And now we see a huge influx of Zerglings. We're talking about how good Toon Valley is for this aggression. And if Stephano's not prepared, if his queens are not in position, it could be a quick game.
Oh, I mean, it's a fantastic map for it, and this is definitely what we were expecting out of HyuN. I mean, you don't just continue mining gas for no reason. So here's the thing right now, is that this spine crawler has gotten itself into a position where it's going to be very useful in defending this ramp. I love these evolution chambers, and the timing of them is so perfect. Out of Stephano, the banelings, there's a couple of them, just 2. It's mostly going to be a speedling based attack, but the lings are, oh no, the wall-off isn't actually complete. The lings can run by into the main if they want.
But Stephano has no units. He made another round of drones during this entire thing, but HyuN trying to break through. Now he is into the main. Oh no, the drones can be completely weakened to the point where Zerglings can pretty much one-shot the rest of them. And HyuN, he's not detonating just yet, but he's getting a surround onto the queens. Slow Zerglings finally hatched, and HyuN was able to do some pretty substantial damage, taking down the queen count. But Stephano has, I mean, he's weathered most of the storm. He looks like he was going to take a little bit more, but a good SimCity and good defense overall.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake out of HyuN. I need to say how massive of an error that was, not realizing. It was actually Stephano who messed up. Stephano made a really bad mistake that he tried to wall off here with his queens, which was awesome. This was a really cool, innovative wall off. He's got the Roach War and the Evo, and then makes the wall off here with the spine. But he didn't complete the wall. There was actually a line. We saw a Zergling slip around to the side. HyuN didn't seem to notice that. If instead of engaging here, he simply ran by into the top, which he would have been able to do. If one Zergling can get through, all of them can. You string by, run straight into the main, HyuN would have been able to engage up here. And that would have been catastrophic for Stephano. But instead, what we saw was a fight down here on the low ground. The spine crawler dealing incredible damage. All 4 queens here as well, which they would have been split up because of lack of creep spread. That was a very close fight. Stephano almost got caught off guard, but HyuN not realizing it. What a start off for this match, Dan. I'm already really excited for how this is going to go.
Well, the consolation prize for HyuN is that he is pretty farther along in his tech. The only exception is that Stephano does have +1 carapace going up, while obviously HyuN does not. But HyuN has a pretty good worker count relative to how much larva he spent early on. The injects does favor him because he was able to have more cycles. And he also has a roach speed, so again, he can control the map quicker if he so desires to get out a good number of roaches. And he also still has the luxury of supplementing his army with link speed, or sorry, with Zerglings with speed. Now you see that HyuN's kind of putting on more pressure, but it's really designed to stall for time as he gets his own roach pack out. Nothing really trying to commit too much farther. And Stephano doesn't really bite the bait as he's getting up his own third.
Yeah, he ideally here would have liked to snipe that third. That's a huge advantage when you have speed, your opponent does not. But here's the thing, with this incredible wall-off that Stephano has going for him, he can actually extend with these roaches a lot, which is not something you typically see on Entombed Valley. A lot of times, you know, you gotta kind of hug back with your roaches. It makes it tough to take a third. Stephano really redefining ZvZ on this map right now with this. I mean, I can't say this enough, man. I love this wall-off.
And Stephano's the one putting pressure. HyuN is, HyuN's the one that's trying to defend. He's going to be the one that's on the back foot as Stephano's like putting on aggression, but at the same time, HyuN's going for a big counterattack, and Stephano sees this. How's he going to respond? He doesn't want to lose his hatchery, but his roaches also don't even have speed, so he's losing some of the roaches in the middle of the map, and Stephano is forced to engage with slow roaches, slow Zerglings. He does have better upgrades in terms of 1-1 over just +1 for HyuN, but HyuN has too much stuff. Stephano has overextended. He lost his third hatchery. He will win on this front if, well, I mean, if he can even get rid of the Zergling flank.
The Speedlings coming in from the back, Dan. They're going to make a huge difference. And Stephano, now he's got Glial, so he can run for this once he kills the Speedlings off. But you know what? He realizes, actually, I have a lot of roaches. And HyuN, well, you don't right now.
I mean, he's got better upgrades, too. He's able to two-shot the Zerglings instead of three. So you see HyuN reinforcing with more roaches, but he's going to have his third hatchery finished momentarily. He even has a macro hatchery started as Stephano is trying to, once again, begin his third hatchery attempt. Now, we do see that more roaches are coming in here for Stephano. I mean, both players are trading out their roach supply because they're trying to swing momentum. Stephano has pushed back for now, but realistically, he can't keep up this kind of pressure because HyuN will be ahead in the larva cycles.
Well, one of the things that's actually really scary right now for HyuN is that he has no spawn crawlers at home. You know, he's grabbing his third base, but he's, as you said, he's going to be at a major deficit on these upgrades. He's going to have +2 finishing after 2-2 is already done for Stephano. So Stephano could potentially kill HyuN with a big 2-2 timing here in just about 20-30 seconds. No infestation pit on the way, which is what we typically see when players do opt for the +2. So it's going to be just, I mean, HyuN needs spine crawlers, and he needs a lot of them, because if not, he's probably going to die here to this attack out of Stephano. It's going to be really, really hard to hold. We're going to need to see a fantastic concave out of HyuN. I'm really afraid for him right now.
But once he's weathered that storm, that'll be it, because Stephano won't be saturated his third at all. Stephano just going straight for the confrontation as +2 did finish, and the second carapace is about to finish as well. HyuN needs to hold off, but Stephano doesn't have all his roaches. In fact, most of his roaches are on rally. Stephano being overly aggressive, and HyuN has crushed most of the roaches in the first wave. Just has to hold off a second wave. He's waiting for more reinforcements. Some will hatch directly here at the third base, and Stephano is pushing in full strength now. No more roaches are on rally, at least for a little bit. The Queen even getting into the fray, and HyuN needs to hold here, but can he do it?
Well, it's really close. The roach count definitely favoring Stephano right now, and more roaches are stringing in, but this is one spine crawler. It's going to go down even before it can reroute. HyuN trying to do what he can here to hold off, but the roach count is down to just 4. His reinforcement capabilities are fantastic here with this macro hatchery, but Stephano's roaches are just so powerful right now, and I mean, how do you deal with this? I mean, he doesn't. You know what? He can't even afford at this point to drop spines, and I mean, this is 2-2 roaches versus 1-0, Dan. Like,
actually +2, +1 is about to finish.
Yeah, they did. Well, they finished. Now they finished +2. HyuN looks like he's going to try to go for a counter, but no,
he really can't do anything from here. Stephano has successfully hit this timing now. He was pretty aggressive early on, and he was a little bit overly aggressive with the first pack, but now his reinforcement wave is too much. Just rallying everything and going and pressing in. There's nothing HyuN can do. Too many roaches, and it doesn't matter that HyuN is trying to reinforce with whatever he can. HyuN is going to Stephano's going to stomp all over this Zerg. And, well, we're going to move on to game number 2 in just a second. The Roach Horn even goes down, too, so it's not like he can make any of the strong hitting units.
So we are about at the middle of the end now, but here's the thing, you know, HyuN, he never got the infestation pit, Dan. It's so important.
Oh,
you know,
it's really good,
if
too,
you're
if you
going,
can control that ramp.
Yeah. It gives you, obviously, you know, the ability to control flocks of roaches. There's the GG out of HyuN, guys. And, yeah, I mean, it was, if you're going for just +2, you know, it helps infested Terrans as well. Your fungal growths get strong, but